would have been mistaken if you thought voting down the Voice last year was the end of all the activist race nonsense. If anything, rather than pushing now for a national approach, the activists are coming at it at state and local council levels. The latest example is the small regional town in Queensland of Toobeah, roughly 400 k's from Brisbane, where locals claim they've been totally blindsided by plans that could see nearly 95% of land handed back to an Aboriginal corporation as freehold. Now, it's the freehold point that's very, very significant. Locals are not only indignant about the proposal, but also the fact that local and state governments have kept them in the dark. Joining me now, Michael Offerdahl, the local publican at the Toobeah Hotel. Michael, I do hope I've got the name of your gorgeous town right. It is Toobeah. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but my understanding is you've only found out about this all in late January. You weren't consulted, you weren't brought into the loop. What's been the reaction of the community?
Oh, thanks for having us on, Peter. The community's naturally very disappointed in this. I'd say they're nearly angrier than when we have water taken out of our basin and given away to other parties. It comes as a massive, massive shock to the entire community.
If it is handed over, as I said, as freehold, a lot of other native title claims around the country don't pertain to freehold land. So someone who owns that land now, that all gets torn up, I presume.
The freehold land that's currently privately owned is all pretty safe, but it's the people that have sort of invested money in the area relying on things like parks and recreation, rodeo ground, town hall reserve, common dump, etc. They're the things that people have sort of invested in the area, assuming that they're here and they're safe, and now they potentially don't even exist.
The reports say it's 95% of your town that could be at risk here. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's very accurate. So we don't even have enough room in the town now with the way that map is, to actually facilitate the normal things a town has, like sewerage, potable water, recreation areas, etc.
So what sort of consultation, now that it's out there, now that you know publicly what they've been doing behind closed doors, how have the politicians scrambled to consult with you?
Well, until Senator Hanson got involved there early on in the piece, nobody would even listen to us. Since then, we've managed to get some LNP senators, federal senators on board, like Jacinta Price, Matt Kenovan, Jared Rennick and Susan McDonald. David Littleproud's give us sort of a bit of a quiet, supportive gesture. But the state LNP is just saying nothing.
So why, if this happens in your town, why couldn't it then happen in any town in Queensland?
Well, it will. We're going to be the first test case for the rest of the state. So if we sort of let it go through here, it'll end up just spreading everywhere, to every stock route, every reserve, like rodeo ground, like anything to do with a town that's government owned.
I'm told you've got a petition up and running. You've got 2,000 plus signatures. I'm sure my audience is going to want to support you. Tell them where they need to go and how they can help.
Well, the petition's on change.org, and the actual idea of it is just to show that there's more people here than the 130 on the census record, or whatever that number was. And we basically need to make the Queensland LNP say something in support of us, as they've currently not done anything to help us or in any way. And I think it's because our mayor is obviously the president of the state LNP, so it's putting us in a very hard position there. So we just hope everybody gets behind our petition and supports it, and we can show them that this is bigger than just Toobeah.
Well, I think that mayor, who's, as you say, involved in the LNP, might have a change of mind if we get that petition going and we make a bit of noise. Michael, all the best. Stay in touch and good luck with this campaign. More strength to your arm.